What's up, guys? Chase Oliver 68 here, and as you can see, hopefully you can see the Cool Dad beard. Yeah, that's right, Randy Orton. I'm growing a Cool Dad beard in honor of you. Don't worry, this head will be shaven soon. Once I get that Cool Dad beard, I'm going to be Orton Ryback before it's all said and done. But speaking of Randy Orton and other WWE superstars, I was given this request by Anthony Ward, my buddy on Skype, and I think he follows me on Twitter too. I'm not 100% sure. But if you guys have video suggestions for me that you guys want me to see, I really don't care if these don't get views. In all honesty, I do this for fun. So if you guys got a video suggestion for me, just leave it in the comment section. Leave it and like Skype me about it or tweet me about it. Like, just give me suggestions because I'm always looking for video suggestions. I was going to do a different video today, but he suggested this video for me, so I said, why not? Let's just do this. I'm going to be booking WrestleMania 29 for y'all. Yeah, that's right, WrestleMania 29. But I ain't going to be using what the WWE gave me. Hell no, I ain't using that. I'm not using Cena winning the Rumble. I'm not using The Rock versus CM Punk at the Royal Rumble. No, 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 no. I'm using what I want to use. I'm using my booking for WrestleMania 29. So this is my pure booking. It may make not much sense to most of y'all, but please just understand it's my booking. And if you want to leave your booking, video response down below, or leave it in the comment section what your match card would be, all right? So roughly, I have like 8 matches booked for WrestleMania for me. So let's get started with match number 1. Match number 1 is going to be my WWE Championship match, which will be The Rock versus CM Punk. And so pretty much how I would set this up is, of course, The Rock is going to face the WWE Champion at the Royal Rumble. Now, what I would have done with CM Punk is that for CM Punk, I would have had him, face The Rock at the Royal Rumble, have Rock beat Punk, have Rock go over Punk clean, okay? So this leads to, The Rock being WWE Champion. And CM Punk, what he needs to do to get another shot at the WWE Championship is that he is supposed to win the Elimination Chamber for Raw. All right, let's just make that clear. And the reason why I would book it like this is because, see, CM Punk, he is credible enough to be a big star in the WWE. There's no question CM Punk can be a star in the WWE. Some of you may consider him a star, but he's not really on the star level for the casual fans. So what I would do is I would have CM Punk go to the Raw Chamber, win the Raw Chamber match, and then afterwards, he will be the #1 contender, and he will face The Rock. And The Rock and CM Punk would be my main event for the WWE title. I really feel that's the big-time match that you need to see. I really feel that Rock vs. CM Punk would be much better program for WrestleMania, especially for CM Punk, who really would need a big-time program to get him over the hump. And I would have CM Punk go over the Rock at WWE Championship. So that's my match number 1. Now, match number 2. Match number 2 is a match that I personally have been wanting to see for a long time. Cena versus The Undertaker. Now, I know many people are saying, how would you book Cena versus Undertaker? Or what would you do to get them there? What I would do mainly is this. John Cena, he failed to win the Royal Rumble. But John Cena wins a tournament, which CM Punk was not featured in, since CM Punk was going to be qualifying for the Elimination Chamber. He wins a tournament to face The Rock at Elimination Chamber. That way, we get Rock versus Cena still. It helps Elimination Chamber get pay-per-view buys. And not to mention, just overall a stat card where you have a CM Punk in the chamber, you have Rock versus Cena in a match. So it's overall a stat card, and you have Rock versus Cena. This way, it's not at Mania. Some fans will be happy because they're seeing that match again, this time not at a WrestleMania. And The Rock goes over John Cena. And, John Cena starts to doubt himself. John Cena starts to question who he is as a superstar. He is starting to question who he is as a superstar. And he feels that, maybe it's time for him to hang it up. Cena feels like it's time for him to hang it up. He feels like he's done. And all of a sudden, Undertaker comes out. And Undertaker questions Cena a little bit. Like, this is different than, like, the dead man Undertaker. He comes out, and he's almost like a normal human being, Undertaker. He's just like saying, why would you give up on this? What is the point, Cena? You are a weaker man than I thought. Last time when I faced you in this ring, you were one of the most strongest competitors I've ever faced. And now you're just giving up just like that because you can't get the title. And then Undertaker kind of just challenged Cena to WrestleMania. And to where Cena, Cena's like, no, I don't know if I want to do that. And the whole time, Undertaker just plays mind games with Cena until Cena finally accepts the match, Then we get Cena versus Undertaker, and I, of course, would have Undertaker going over here because Cena does not need to win over the dead man. But, you know, Cena versus Undertaker is a match I've been wanting to see, and I'm pretty sure most of the YWC wants to see it just because they want to know who the fuck would win that match. I mean, it's an interesting match. Next up, The Shield. The Shield really, in all honesty, needs something to do. And so I decided to concoct a big plan. Degeneration X versus The Shield. And this could lead up to The Shield beating down another team. I would say probably The Shield beating at Elimination Chamber, probably the team of Sheamus, Ryback, and Orton. You know, kind of just a mixture of those three, you know. In all honesty, I just said, fuck it, why not? And, you know, The Shield feel like they're the most dominant faction in all time. And all of a sudden, DX comes out, and it's Road Dogg, Billy Gunn, and X-Pac. And those three want to say, you know, you want to prove you're the best, try to beat the best. Try to beat DX. So I would have The Shield versus Degeneration X in this match right here. I feel that it would be a really good matchup. I really feel it would help The Shield a lot to have them face a Degeneration X at a WrestleMania. And it's a match that I would, frankly, pay to see money. Next up, for me personally, the World Heavyweight title match, it's really up in the air. But if I would have booked it, my World Heavyweight title match would have been Ryback versus Big Show. I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh, I don't want to see that match. Guess what? It's my booking. If you don't want to see it, go right ahead. You can make your own World Heavyweight title match. This is not going to actually happen. But the reason why I want to see Ryback versus the Big Show is because I felt it would have been a big time step for Ryback. And of course, I would have Ryback on over. And I know a lot of people are going to be like, what about Dolph, Chase? What are you doing with Dolph Ziggler? What should I do with Dolph Ziggler? I mean, book him to win the world title when he's been treated like shit? I mean, the dude lost to Kane on Monday night. And you guys are telling me he's a world heavyweight champion? Fat chance. But frankly, to be honest here, Dolph Ziggler, he would cash in my fantasy booking at some point in his career, but just not now. I really feel Ryback needs something to get over. They pushed him to the moon, finished the push. But I would have Dolph Ziggler versus Chris Jericho on my fantasy card, and I would have it be a ladder match for the Money in the Bank briefcase. Well, gee, what a surprise. It's not the most original thing, but it's the only thing I could really think of to help Dolph Ziggler out and dig him out of this hole that he's in. He's in a hole right now, Dolph Ziggler, where he can't really dig out of it himself. He needs some help. And Y2J Chris Jericho could definitely help out Dolph Ziggler in this situation. So that's why I have Dolph Ziggler versus Chris Jericho ladder match for the Money in the Bank. I really don't like gimmick matches for my pay-per-views, but for this point, I need something at least to put Dolph Ziggler in. Now, I was thinking about what could I do with other superstars. You know, Randy Orton hasn't been named. My boy Sheamus hasn't been named. Del Rio hasn't been named. And I was thinking, like, maybe I should do a Money in the Bank. But then afterwards, they're like, oh, no, pay-per-view. So it's like there's no point in doing a Money in the Bank. In all honesty, I don't know how to book Orton, Sheamus, or Del Rio on this WrestleMania. As sad as that is, I just don't know how I'm going to book them on this WrestleMania. So if they're not on my card, just understand I just couldn't find ways. Antonio Cesaro versus The Miz is my U.S. title match. There's no questions asked. Wade Barrett versus Bo Dallas is for my IC title. No questions. I feel that it would be an excellent time to put a new blood over in Bo Dallas, who is, I feel like, is getting a really good push. Then, you all know, God, the gamer, needs a match on the grandest stage of them all. And I really feel that we're going to get Triple H versus Brock Lesnar again. And I feel like that's what I have to book. As much as I want it to be my own bookings, I really need Triple H on this card, in all honesty. And it's weird for me to say that, but God needs to be on this card somehow. Somehow, some way. Triple H needs to be on this card. And I feel that if I left him off, it wouldn't feel like a WrestleMania. I know it sounds sad to say that, but if I left him off, it would not feel like a WrestleMania. Plus, Brock Lesnar needs to do something, and I do not want to see Brock Lesnar face Undertaker, because I want to see Cena versus Undertaker. So, Brock Lesnar versus Triple H 2. Triple H ends up winning, because he's the gamer, and no one can stop him with the short hair. Seriously, man, Triple H looks like a boss with that short hair. I want to hear it. Now for my tag team title match. I really want to go old school here. But the thing was, I got kind of cut in a rut. See, I was going to do a TLC triple threat ladder match, have Rhodes Scholars, El Luchadores, and Hell No in a triangle ladder match, or a tables, ladders, and chairs match. But then I remembered I already made a ladder match with Dolph Ziggler versus Chris Jericho. So I was like, man, what do I do? But even then, even though I already have a ladder match in place, even though it won't make too much sense, I feel a TLC match for the tag team titles would be really good for the tag team division. Hell, even throw 3MB. Throw my boy Drew McIntyre in that situation. I think that would be a really good matchup. Just a ladder match for the tag team titles. It will bring some nostalgia feeling to what we're missing in the WWE when it comes to the tag team. Because, you know, the tag team ladder matches back in the old days of WrestleMania, you cannot deny. Those are some of the best WrestleMania matches we've seen. The Triangle Ladder match and the TLC 2 match. Those matches are balling. And I feel that they need a match like that for the tag team division to literally say, hey, we're back. And I would really have the Rhodes Scholars kind of go over in here. So, pretty much, you know what my WrestleMania card is. That's pretty much how I would have WrestleMania. If you guys didn't want to watch the whole video, it will be posted in the link down below. You know, my WrestleMania card. But thank you guys. If you did watch this video, leave a like if you want to. Video responses are always welcome. Comment down below your card, or comment down below your thoughts on my card. You can be brutally honest, because in all honesty, I really don't feel this is like the ultimate best card for WrestleMania. I just use my logic, and sometimes my logic's not always right. No one's like logic and opinions are always right. So this may not be the best card, but it's the only card that I felt logically could help pay-per-view buys, could help make it feel like a WrestleMania, and could help majority of superstars. Because if you look at it, you know, CM Punk's going to get a big rub out of this. Dolph Ziggler is going to get a big rub off of this. Tag team division is going to get a big rub off of this. Cesaro is going to get a big rub off of this. And Bo Dallas is going to get a big rub off of this. You know, I really felt like this is the only card where I could really make it really big. I know it doesn't, and Ryback especially. I know it's not like the best card on paper. I know that I'm missing key guys like Orton, Sheamus, and Del Rio, but it's just because I didn't know how I could book them. Because originally I would probably have them in a triple threat match, but then it's just like, why would they be in a triple threat match? It would make no sense. And maybe this is a point where maybe heel Orton could face Sheamus. Maybe I could probably put that on the card just for shits and giggles. But other than that, that's pretty much my card. Like I said, please comment down below your cards. You guys could probably make better cards than me. All right. I just ask that you guys respect, you know, my opinions. Don't call me an idiot, because I know I'm an idiot sometimes, but just don't call me an idiot, because it's hard to make a WrestleMania card with how the town has been treated. Oh yeah, I forgot a Divas match, but in all honesty, I don't really want to see one. Being dead honest here, but anyways, like I said, leave your cards in the comment section down below. Like this video, subscribe using the little thingy right there, and that's pretty much what I gotta say here. Also, check out the new blog WrestlePalooza that I'm writing for. It's free, might as well check it out. So yeah, all right, see y'all later, peace.